I would like to start off by saying how much of a dream it is to be winning National Senior Miss Energy and first overall for my solo at my last ever dance competition. I cannot think of a better way to possibly end my story with competitive dance. I have been dancing since I was 2 years old, but I did take a few years off in my rebellious teenage years, which happened to strike at 7 years old for me, and it was all because I hated hairspray. I hated hairspray so much and that I had to use it at every single one of my dance performances. It felt like I had to use almost a whole can every time, and it made me hate dance so much that I actually quit, and I tried gymnastics for a few years. But it didn't take long until I stumbled back onto the dance floor. I was craving the attention of the spotlight again. And despite being so young, I still wanted to have all the attention on me. I instantly dove headfirst into the dance world and started competing at the age of 9. To me now, being a 4th grader and being thrown into the dance world and put into small, sparkly costumes with a face full of makeup and hair galore and put on a stage by themselves in front of a panel of judges seems pretty ridiculous. And not only that, in front of a crowd of hundreds of people. That's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure that I know some adults to this day couldn't even be capable of handling. But in the dance world, this was actually a really old age to start. I felt really behind my peers. A lot of my friends who were in the same age as me, dancing on the same team as me, had like 3 or 4 more years of competitive experience than me. And honestly, even though I was young, this really got to me. I wanted to be just as good as my peers. But thank goodness I was behind them because that is what made me learn discipline. I changed my mindset and I was done being the weak link of the team. I wanted to be just as good as my peers, like I said, or better. I began improving at a very accelerated pace, and I shocked myself. I learned then what can truly happen if you put your hard work and dedication into something. I had some of the most pristine technique at my studio shortly, and I then began competing in a solo. After my solo went well, I started a duet, and the duet was a pretty big deal for me because my duet partner was someone who I was friends with, but that was the definition of the friend I was talking about, who it was hard for me to have them as a peer who had so much more experience than me because they were truly so much better than me at the sport we did together. But because of my hard work, I soon caught up to Lydia's level, my duet partner, and who was my duet partner for 10 years now. And we were able to do a duet together after 1 year of me competitively dancing, which shows how fast I began to improve my technique. We also have won a really special award together. When we were around 14 years old, we got the highest score of a dance competition, which that instantly I thought of too when I won this award because it stuck with me. These are really monumental moments in my childhood and my dance career. But standing here and accepting this award is just the best thing I could think of. It's even more special than that last award I was talking about and all the other first overalls or titles I've gotten throughout the years because this was the last opportunity I could ever win one at a nationals, and I have never won one until this time. For those who aren't familiar with dance, solos are judged based on age and level categories. You're all ranked up against each other on a number system. So my solo got the highest number score. And when I talk about referencing to National Senior Miss Energy, I'm referencing to a title competition. The title was judged based on your solo score combined with a speech score. You were put in front of a panel of judges and asked a question you couldn't prepare for. You were judged on that answer, and then you also had to do improv for a minute on stage in front of everyone to a song you weren't prepared for. So improv means you didn't have a choreographed routine that you could practice with a coach like your solo did. And when I bring up my coach, I want to thank her so much for this award because she is the most amazing, beautiful, dedicated, passionate, creative, and pushing person that has ever entered my life. Miss Brittany truly raised me inside and outside of the studio room. I've never had another coach beside her. She took me right back into dance when I came back after gymnastics, and she watered me into the dancer that I am today. It's her and my teammates such as Lydia, my duet partner, and my parents who I truly cannot thank enough for supporting me throughout this entire experience, through everything I've been through all the practices, through all the competitions, through all the tears, all the heartache, all of the breaks and injuries. Everything has been worth it now to say that I can stand here and finish my dance story exactly how I wanted to, and in the largest chapter I've had yet in my life with a good ending. I would just like to one more time thank everyone who's helped me get to this point and helped me accept this award of first overall and National Senior Miss Energy at my last competition. Thank you.